Hey everyone, welcome to another edition of That's All Funny, where I don't know, where you get, I guess, the news or whatever I feel like talking about, or whatever issues I got, or whatever's relatable. I don't know. I was thinking about that show, Early Edition. Have you all ever seen it, where the dude gets the paper from the next day a day early, so he essentially has, like, he can tell the future from whatever news articles. And there's always like this cat that delivers it, and I don't know if the cat's like supposedly an angel or something. And yeah, the cat leaves him that paper, and he chooses what to do with that information. Whether I think there's like one episode where he has the lottery numbers, so he like gives it to a poor family, or a car crash is gonna happen, so he has to stop the woman from crashing her car, or some sort of political assassination, shit like that. And I mean, it made me wonder, like, if did have the power to, like, have some sort of a news media that could tell the future, what we would do with that, as far as like a person. Like, I know I would just go straight for the lottery numbers. I wouldn't give a shit about, I don't know, like you can look at the obituaries and at the world news, but really, like, what are you gonna do? Like, if you saw news that said, nukes are about to be launched, who's gonna believe you? Who's gonna take your word for it as just a regular common man? And I don't know, I don't know if you get the satisfaction of knowing you were right, or knowing that you're a day early, and you can kind of get ready for it, like prep and get into some sort of shelter that would maybe shield you from the bombs that are launched by the world. The little boys, was it the little mans and the fat boys? But I don't know. I was thinking a lot of shows like that. And then, do you remember the show Touched by an Angel? I don't really remember what that show's about. Like, this angel was just like on Earth, and it was some like decently attractive woman. Like, I feel like angels would be like supermodel hot, not just, mildly attractive, mildly nice. And then you have like the biblical accurate angels with all the eyeballs and wings spread out symmetrically. But I don't know. I would just wonder, like, what I would do if I was chilling with an angel. Like, what does this pertain to? Like, why are you with me? Are you here to change my life? Do I have some sort of impact on the world? Am I some sort of the second coming of Christ? Or, you know what I mean? Like, does my life actually have more of a significance to existence than someone else's would? Which is why I'm being escorted around by essentially an angel in human skin. Like, what makes me different, more important than the next human, because we're all just human, right? I feel essentially we're all the same. We all bleed if you shoot us or cut us, or whatever method you want to take our blood with. But yeah, no, I was thinking about that, and the idea of just, I don't know, like the sun also, like how you don't stare at the sun. I'm not saying to stare at the sun, but you look up, there's a sun, it's always there, right? Like, that I mean, right now it's like, no shit, it's there. It's fucking beating down on us hard, right? We feel it. But there's going to be a day where we look up and then there's no sun, or we're going to look, there's going to be a day where it turns night, and in the morning there is no morning. there's no sun. The sun doesn't come out. Sort of like sort of like Rockadoodle when Chanticleer when they thought the sun was coming up without his rooster crow, and he left, and to Hollywood to go have a Elvis like career, the rooster Chanticleer. And while he when he left, the sun never came back up. Like his crow was the reason the sun came up, and that's where the owls sort of were able to gain their power from, was the darkness. And you had the really scary owl. I forget his name. It was probably like Mortimer or some shit. But yeah, he was pretty fucking. Oh man, I just remember the little his little like nephew, and his little nephew'd be like, Uncle Dookie, hey Uncle Dookie, like to help him, try to like thwart the good guys, the little nephew. But I don't know. We're gonna come to a time like that where our insignificant things become significant, and the things that we take for granted, they just like stop happening. Like oxygen. We have it. When is there gonna be a day when the earth just stops producing it? Or chemicals mix in the air, and that's it. Like we just can't breathe. I mean, look at New York when it turned orange for a little while from the wildfires. What if it just stayed orange for the rest of eternity? Who's to say that couldn't have happened? I mean, yeah, you have scientists and all that telling you, okay, it's not going to, but who's to say? Like they could always be what's the word, variables to the ideas that scientists tell us. Like the whole idea of global warming, and the icebergs melting, and new diseases being not new diseases, but old diseases that are being unfrozen and rethrown back into the world, that we never found cures for, or we have never dealt with, because they were, not saying dealt with naturally, but they were preserved in such a manner that we didn't have to worry about them. It was they were just lost to time, and for a good reason. They were lost to time, but these are all things that I guess, as a normal human being, we care to overlook, because we can't over worry ourselves. We have bills, we have emotional friendships, or we're trying to find a lover, a mate. We're trying to deal with our jobs, stay socially and professionally busy, and at the top of maybe a totem pole, or just trying to stay under the radar and kind of exist. I know, as a good human, I guess we want to just live and not bother people. But of course, there's the constants of good and evil. And I mean, I don't believe in the whole idea of that there are good and evil. There are bad people who want to, hurt people, or kidnap people, or murder people. And there are good people who want to. I don't know. Would you say someone that doesn't want to do that is a good person? They don't want to go against. They're like if a murderer, had in his head that he wanted to murder all the time, but he didn't do it, is he a good person for not doing it? Do we say, good job, you're really not murdering anyone, like you're a good person? Like I don't know. It's kind of like when a fat person loses weight, why do we congratulate them on something that like everyone else is normally doing, you know? Like why do we set these bars of success so low, and these goals to just exist so low to where, we're happy and what's the word? We're I can't think of the word that I want to use. We're content, with just the bar, We don't want to go up any further. We don't want to raise any more ceilings. We don't want to stir up any sort of like I wouldn't say controversy for the good of man, because there's a lot of people out there stirring up controversy, but again, you could argue on this side or that side. It's not even two sides to the coin. It's like six sides to the dice of what is right, what is wrong, what should we be caring about, what shouldn't we be caring about, and if it should matter now or matter later. There's a lot of reasons to be more human than you may be trying to be, just by getting by in the world. I know right now I feel uh as worthless as I've ever felt before, but I find certain things to challenge myself, to give myself these goals that keep me like keep me wanting to go on and wanting to have a reason to continue, because just existing is hard, and finding the uh like a main objective type reason to continue to go on is even harder, you know. But we all, I feel like we will find something. You just have to find it yourself. And I wouldn't say have faith, because religion isn't for everyone. Believe me, I want to say there's a higher power. I wouldn't say they're one god or multiple gods, but there has to be someone pulling the strings or writing the script in, what we call life, or what we call destiny. So I know there's at least hope there. Hope that maybe there's more to it, and there's not such a insignificance in one person's life, and not such a huge significance in another person's life, that everyone can have sort of that equal feeling of importance, but at the same time not be thrown on that importance to where it causes them to buckle and be afraid that maybe there's more. Because some people just like being in the background. Some people just like living their lives quietly and not being remembered, because I don't know, some people just they're, the NPCs in the world, they just live for other people's journeys, and there's nothing wrong with that. It's just accepting it, I suppose, and know that not everyone can be a hero, but everyone can be a villain. So just be careful with that. But if you're a human right now, you most likely have the urge to want to kill, to want to murder or rape or do these horrible things. Some people might call them fantasies, that they're like sick, twisted things in your head, that you want to live out, and you're controlling yourself by not doing them. So good for you. It's good to be a good person by not being a bad person. And just remember that things, I don't know, things will always get better, and then they'll get worse, and then they'll get better, and then they'll get worse. But they never get, well, I wouldn't say they never get hard enough that we can't handle them, because Lord, I knows I've had things that I couldn't handle, and I dealt with it. I don't know, my way. I wouldn't say it was the right way or the wrong way, but it was my way. It's my way, my way, my way, or the highway. Um, but know that whenever you do make a choice in life, you are really just I don't know. You're really affecting other people's choices too. So just remember that when you feel like you're insignificant or alone, that you might matter. You might. But don't let it get to your head like a big ego trip, you know. You might matter to the world. And just remember that. Just even the idea that you might should keep you going. But thank you for listening. Like, rate, subscribe, share, review. Check out the website retrohoring.com for some great art, or for some That's All Funny merchandise, or check out my patreon.com/Lorenzo Ariola for bonuses or early episode drops like this one. You'll get like a day early or something. But yeah, just we gotta just keep going. We can't, I don't know, we can stop, but don't be mad if things don't change when you've already stopped. You have to keep going. But yeah, thank you all for listening, and take care. Be safe.